Hello, children. Welcome back to the part 2 of the lifelines of Indian economy. Now, we need to start from the pipelines. Pipelines is a new entry to the transport network, a new arrival on the transport map of India. In the past, these were used to transport water, and now the oil, crude oil, petroleum, all these are transferred into slurry. Slurry is a semi solid, not solid, not liquid, partly so, in the form of oil. Now these are used for transporting crude oil, petroleum, natural gas from oil, and then natural gas to from the oil generating regions, extracting regions, to the refineries where they are refined, fertilizer factories, big thermal plants. All these regions are getting this material transported through the pipeline. For the inland locations of refineries like Barauni, Mathura, Panipat, gas based fertilizer plants could be thought only because of the pipelines, only they could carry the material, so the plants came into existence. No doubt the initial cost of laying the pipeline is high, but there is no maintenance cost as such. So the running and maintenance is very minimal. It rules out the transshipment losses or delays. No loading and unloading. This is very less. And no leakage. These are all the advantages. There are three important networks of pipeline transportation in our country. The oil field in Upper Assam to Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh via Guwahati, Barauni, Allahabad. It has branches from Barauni to Haldia via Rajband, Rajband to Morigram, and Guwahati to Siliguri. We will see this in the map for a clear cut understanding. From Salaya in Gujarat to Jalandhar in Punjab via Viramgram, Mathura, Delhi, Sonipat. It has branches to connect Koyali near Vadodara, Gujarat, and Cheksu and other places. The gas pipeline from Hazira in Uttar Pradesh connects Jagdishpur in Uttar Pradesh via Vijaypur, and in Madhya Pradesh it has branches at Kota, Rajasthan, and Shahjahanpur, Babrala, and other places in the Uttar Pradesh state. Look at the map. First, let us see the first one. Salaya, Mathura, Jaipur, Jalandhar. Final destination. Diboy, Assam, Nunmati, Barauni, Kanpur, Haldia, Calcutta. Hazira, Vijaypur, Jagdishpur, Babrala, Kota, Rajasthan. Let me wipe out all these so that you can have a clear cut image. You want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot. It will help you to mark the pipelines. Most important. Many are there, but these are the most prominent ones. Another map. Coming up next is the waterways or the seaways. The waterways are the cheapest mode of transport, very important in transporting bulk materials, heavy material, bulky goods. It is very fuel efficient, not charging much, eco-friendly mode of transport. India has inland navigation waterways of 14,500 kilometers in length. Out of these, only 3,700 are navigable by mechanized boats. There is still lot of capacity. We need technology, we need vehicles, we need wagons to make them move and make it into operation. The following waterways have been declared by the national government, central government, as the national waterways by the government. Ganga River between Allahabad and Haldia, covering 1620 kilometers, National Waterways 1. The Brahmaputra River between Sadia and Dubri, 809 891 kilometers, National Waterways 2. The West Coast Canal in Kerala, Kottapurma, Kommam, and Udagamandal and Champakara canals, 205 kilometers, National Waterway 3. So, as the distance is reducing, the waterways number is increasing. The other viable or operating which can be travelled inland waterways include Godavari, Krishna, Barak, Sundarbans, Buckingham Canal, Brahmani, East West Canal, and Damodar Valley Corporation, etc. Let us see this in the map now. The same which we have learnt now, we can see here waterway 1, 2, 3. This also is in operation. One longest, 2, 3. National Waterway 1, Waterway 2, Waterway 3. 4 and 5 are small in length. So let us now come to the seaports. Long coastline India has, including the Andaman Nicobar region, also 7,516.6 kilometers. India is dotted with 12 major and 181 medium and minor ports. These major ports are handling 95% of India's foreign trade. Kandla in Kutch was the first port developed soon after independence. The volume of trade on Mumbai in wake of loss because Karachi went to Pakistan. So, to compensate this, Kandla came into existence to reduce the volume of trade, to reduce the congestion on Mumbai. Kandla is a tidal port. It caters to the convenient handling of exports and imports of highly productive granary and industrial belt stretching across the states of Jammu, Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat. All these states were operating through Karachi. Now, because it's gone to Pakistan, Kandla port has taken up this. Mumbai is the biggest port with a spacious natural harbour, well sheltered harbour. The Navaseva or Jawaharlal Nehru port was planned with a view to decongest or reduce the volume of the Mumbai port and serve it as a supplement to it. Serve as a hub port or center port for this region. Next is the Marmagaon port of Goa, one of the premier one because it is carrying the iron ore from Karnataka, the Kudurmukh region, and it is transporting to other countries the iron ore from this port. We can have the images here. We can see the new Mangalore port located in Karnataka caters to export the iron concentrates from the Kudurmukh mines. Kochi is the extreme southwestern port located at the entrance of the lagoon or the saltwater lake with a natural harbor. On the east coast is the port of Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu. This port has a natural harbor and rich hinterland. Hinterland means, for example, this is the port here. Well connection of roadways, railways, banking, insurance, all infrastructural facilities which enable the functioning of this port is called as hinterland. Very good hinterland Tuticorin has, and thus has a flourishing trade handling a large variety of cargoes to even our neighboring countries like Sri Lanka, Maldives, etc. Chennai, one of the oldest artificial ports of the country, is ranked next to Mumbai in terms of the volume of trade and cargo. Vishakhapatnam is the deepest landlocked region and the port, well protected port. This port was originally conceived as the outlet for iron ore. Iron ore traveled from here, from the mines and from Chhattisgarh and other regions of the Chota Nagpur region. The iron traveled and went to other countries like Japan. Paradip port, located in Orissa, specializes in the export of iron ore. Kolkata, an inland riverine port, this port serves as a very large, rich hinterland of Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Being a tidal port, it requires constant dredging. So the mud which is getting accumulated here, this needs to be cleared, and this is a constant job. And Haldia port was developed as a subsidiary port to reduce the volume of the Kolkata port. The pressure which is there on the port, that is supposed to be reduced. We can see here, you are supposed to draw the ship with the flag of India when they ask you to mark the port in the board. The map will be already given along with the paper. With the pencil you need to draw the ship. Kandla, Mumbai, Goa, Marmagaon, Mangalore, Kochi, Tuticorin, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Paradip, Kolkata, Haldia. Same thing again. Now comes the airways. The air transport was nationalized in the year 1953. Very easy to remember. You see, 1853 first railway line Mumbai Thane, and 1953 airways nationalized when it is taken over by the government. The government does not need profit, it works for welfare and development of the country, right? So very easy. On the operational side, the Indian Airlines, Alliance Air, subsidiary of Indian Airlines, private scheduled airlines, and non scheduled operations or operators provide domestic service. So, Air India provides international, Indian Airlines provides domestic service. And once again, we learn Air India provides international service and Indian Airlines provides domestic or within inland देश के अंदर within the country it operates, right? Yes, the Pawan Hans helicopters, they carry oil and natural gas. They give service. The Pawan Hans helicopters service is provided to oil and natural gas commission in its offshore operations to inaccessible areas and difficult terrains like northeastern states and interior parts of Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal and all those regions where it is difficult for any other modes, this Pawan Hans helicopters carries oil and natural. Very important objective type, children. Indian Airlines operates uh, also extend to the neighboring countries of South and Southeast Asia and also Middle East. So important airports here. The vision is not clear, you can refer your textbook. These are the important ones. Delhi Airport, Indira Gandhi International Airport. Amritsar Raja Sansi International Airport. Kolkata Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Airport. Mumbai Chhatrapati Shivaji Airport. Chennai Meenambakkam International Airport. Thiruvananthapuram Nedumbacherry International Airport. Coming up next is the communication. Without communication, we cannot. I am now communicating to you. You communicate your answers with the writing. CBSE communicates to us with mails, and everything goes on with all modes of communication, including television, radio, press, film, etc. Social media is connecting the world today. Communication, the sender, the receiver. And what is the medium? That medium is connecting, the waves which are connecting. The sender is sending the message, receiver is receiving, he is coding, we have to decode, open it up, understand. Postal Service. Indian Postal Service is the largest network in the world. It handles parcels as well as personal retail communication. Cards, envelopes are considered as the first class mail and are airlifted between stations covering both the land as well as air. The second class mail includes books, packets, registered newspapers, periodicals, everything. They are carried by surface mail covering land and water. The provision of these mails is available to the people fastest mode to facilitate quick delivery of mails in large towns and cities. Six types of channels are there. They are the Rajdhani channel, the metro channel, the green channel, the business channel, the bulk channel, periodicals. So covering important metro regions, covering the capital cities, giving agricultural information, giving business oriented information, periodicals, 15-day, fortnight, monthly magazines, weekly, different kinds of information is traveling far and wide. India has the largest telephone networks in Asia. In order to strengthen the flow of information from the grassroots to the higher level, the government has made special provision to extend 24 hours STD, standard trunk dialing, and facilitate every village. Now there are STDs available on the national highways. In case of any emergency, it can be used to give the information. There is a uniform rate of STD facility all over the country. It has been made possible for integrating, connecting, developing in even space technology and also communication technology. Mobile phones and films play a very important role today. During the pandemic, it was the mobile phones that changed the way of our lifestyle. Even now, low income group like vegetable vendors, plumbers, carpenters get their business because they are connected to the mobile phone. They don't have any other mode of advertising. Their number is given and their goodwill, and then people get connected. India is the largest producer of feature films in the world. It produced short films, video, feature films, video, short films, etc. One to one communication is the personal communication, and when communication is reaching out to all the people, we call it as mass communication. Mass communication provides entertainment, creates awareness on various aspects. National programs, policies are revealed. Our Prime Minister connects to the country every week and he speaks to the people. Man ki baat, and expresses what is the government is planning and doing for the people. This includes radio, television, newspaper, magazine, books, films, all of them. All India Radio or Akashvani broadcasts a variety of programs in national, regional, local languages. Various categories of people spread over different parts of the country. And Doordarshan, the national television, it broadcasts covering large areas, gives program, entertainment, educational, sports, programs for the farmers, programs for different age people, everything. And newspapers around 100 languages. India is publishing the newspapers, languages and dialect is a local form of language, regional language. The largest number of newspapers published in the country are in the Hindi, number 1, followed by English, number 2, followed by Urdu. Trade between two or more countries is called as international trade. We studied at length in the chapter globalization. Why do we need international trade? We saw it is the advancement of international trade of a country, that is an index, barometer, pointer of economic growth and prosperity. Obviously, when we are interacting with other countries selling goods and services, foreign capital is flowing in, foreign exchange is flowing in, exports are happening, and we get the money. Then the country's economic development takes place. When we import more goods, then what is happening? India's currency is going out and goods are coming in. Always the exports should be more and imports should be less. Then we get more of foreign exchange. Otherwise, there will be deficit. Income should be more, expenditure should be less. What does the balance of payment say? This is the difference between the export and the import. When the exports are high and imports are low, we get a favorable balance, that is the surplus. And when the imports are more and exports are less, we get unfavorable balance of trade, that is deficit or shortage. These are all the items. Commodities share in export. Look at the percentages. What all we buy from other countries? Petroleum, pearls, inorganic chemicals, coke. Bulk imports as a group registered a growth accounting for 39.09% of total imports. The group includes fertilizers 67%, cereals 25, edible oils 7, newsprint 5.5. Newsprint is the material used to print the newspaper. International trade has undergone a sea change in the last 15 years. Exchange of commodities goods have been superseded by the exchange of information and knowledge. Sitting at your home, you can order anything and in no time it will reach you. What India needs to learn is increase its exports and decrease the imports. We have exported our talent and we are earning foreign exchange. Liberalization, privatization, and globalization has brought about foreign capital into our country. Today, we are a software giant. Our educated intellectual youth are earning a lot of foreign exchange. And if all this money is coming into India, instead of they settling there, India will be somewhere. Tourism as a trade. So today we have foreign tourists arriving in our country. They have witnessed, the country has witnessed, they have witnessed the culture, the prosperity, the ethnicity, the contribution, monuments, everything of times immemorial. A country with historical perspective. And the tourism in 2004 against the year 2003, it is contributing the foreign exchange reserve, and the foreign exchange is directly generating here so much of employment. Today, tourism industry, they are promoting national integration, local handicrafts are crossing the boundary, exhibitions are established in other countries, they learn our culture. There is eco tourism, there is medical tourism, there is adventure tourism, there is educational tourism, there is everything we are getting to learn, we are getting to explore. This presentation was made by Vishnu Prakash, the student of my class 10D, and I have taken delight in explaining this chapter and learning by doing so. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. God bless you all. Study well.